Did you boys know that this is now the second time in a row an English manager has gone to the Camp Nou and conceded 7 goals?
The last time was Celtic 7-0, wasn't it?
No, the last time was Gary Neville for Valencia.
Oh, wow.
The last time an English manager managed a game at Camp Nou, they conceded 7. And it's happened once again today with Eddie Howe when Newcastle got absolutely drubbed.
I feel like there is a
Barcelona
distinct
today.
difference in managerial prowess between
100%.
Eddie Howe and
100%.
Gary Neville, however.
But that gap has been closing over the past little bit. I'm not going to lie to you.
No, let's not hate on Eddie Howe, man.
I mean, Newcastle fans are very much hating on Eddie Howe.
I know,
They're running out of patience.
How much is that him, and how much is that they're in every competition and they haven't been able to deal with playing 2 games a week for 7 months?
But I think that excuse is running so dry when this has been happening for like 2 or 3 years now.
Right, but that's the excuse always. That's why teams like Newcastle don't become teams like United and Chelsea and PSG, because they simply cannot do it.
It is the 3rd time in Barcelona's history in the Champions League where they scored 7 goals in 1 game. The last time was 11 years ago against Celtic. 7-0 they won.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's a bad look for Newcastle for sure.
Going band for band on Barca stats here. I like this. Yeah. I like this. All right, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. Welcome back to the 6 Yard Box podcast. It is myself. It is Blake. It is European champion Antoine. Back for the first time in a couple of weeks.
I think we
How are
can
you, man?
stop that now.
No.
I think we can.
No, we're going back to back now.
No,
I'm convinced.
Unfortunately, it has to be.
It's looking
they're
better.
not
So-
European champions.
Can I, if Arsenal win the Premier League, I don't even care about the Champions League right now. If they win the Premier League, can you call me English champion for the whole year?
No.
I agree.
Why?
Because he didn't even mean to promise me.
I told in the heat of the moment when he was here,
Right, you were glazing him.
borderline crying. I was glazing him, and I said, heat of the moment, I'm going to refer you to European champion now. For
for
the next year.
if we do the
emotional
back-to-back, will we be able to extend that contract? I feel like you've already been saying it
I
now.
certainly
like,
will not. I'll tell you that for
Well, you don't do it right now.
You haven't
anyway.
anyways.
Right.
But I mean, since you've been doing it anyways.
I guess we'll have to.
Yeah.
But I'm just not doing it for Arsenal. I'm not doing it for Arsenal. I cannot do it for Arsenal. I can't come in here and give you a guard of honor every single time we come in and record an episode. I'm already fleeing the country when you win the league. This guy comes in here today. He's like, "What if we win the quad, boys?"
Bro, it's a genuine question.
Very possible scenario.
Very possible scenario.
Yeah. Like I
No team
remember
ever,
I
man.
remember the amount of happiness that was in your heart when PSG won the Champions League. And I can't help but to think to myself that there is not going to be that same amount of happiness in your heart if Arsenal do either the Premier League or the Champions League.
There will be some initial frustration, but then it'll hit me like, you know what? This is good for my boy.
Yeah.
And I want to see him winning, and this is, you know what? I will be happy. I will reach acceptance. I'm already kind of reaching acceptance because it's going to happen. It's kind of just how I react to it.
Not
when
going
it
to.
happens.
Hopefully it does.
It will.
7 games left.
will.
7
What's your
cup-
percentage?
No, I
At
can't.
this point,
Guys,
at
I
this
actually
point.
can't. I actually can't.
You can.
I can't.
You can though.
Like 50%.
What? Come on,
Like
bro.
50%.
Come on, bro.
Like 50. Like
I think the sport books have Arsenal at like a 98% chance of winning or something like that.
it's like a 50% chance, I think, right now.
Bring back delusional Blake. Can we
Yeah.
do that?
I mean, yes and no. There's like reactionary Blake, which was very annoying at times.
Okay.
We still
Not
get
at
that,
times,
by
all
the
the time.
way.
We still get that. But like
But just
delusional
specifically
Blake
with
is just
Arsenal.
adding on to the reactionary bullshit. So he'll get reactionary and delusional, and that's just a combo you don't want to mess with.
Okay.
You know?
Well,
It sells, though. Can't deny
It
it.
does sell.
Blake sells chat.
Blake does sell.
It's just really entertaining when you come in here and you're like overly positive about Arsenal. I mean, he kind of is.
I am overly positive, bro, but it's just there's nothing like what am I supposed to say that's exciting? Like no one
maybe
bro, you
they
want-
have like a 70%.
yeah,
chance
but
to
maybe,
win,
but
an
like that
80,
doesn't get
90.
clicks, bro. No one, everyone knows that. Everyone knows that we're the best right now in the league for
In the
sure.
league.
Maybe 75% chance. Maybe 75.
I think we're 80, 90 now.
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying 90 since October, but yeah.
Okay, well,
He's only saying that to suppress to try to make it less of a big deal when it actually happens.
You know my
yeah,
game.
it's been happening this whole time, 90%.
All right.
Let's talk Champions League.
Let's talk Champions League today, boys. There has been 8 ties that have finished now. Go ahead.
8 ties, but we have news before that.
You want to get into the big one
The
first?
big one first, for sure. I know Blake wants to talk
no,
about
you
this.
go ahead. You go ahead.
So it was announced yesterday after the Champions League
In the middle of it, actually.
80th minute-ish
Yeah.
of the Champions League games. Awful moment to release something like this. But it was announced that Morocco have won the Africa Cup of Nations by email.
By statement.
By email.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Right.
Yeah.
What an interesting turn of events. It's almost like someone named Blake Talabas, who's been on this pod, saying that the African Cup of Nations is a joke from the very beginning. It's almost like someone knew that something. I didn't know they were going to get given the title, but it's almost like I could have predicted and could have seen something like this coming due to how the African Cup of Nations is run.
Okay, so you said two different things here. Africa Cup of Nations as a joke, referring to the entire tournament as a joke, and Africa Cup of Nations is poorly run. The second part, I would absolutely agree with you, especially after yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that it took them 2 months to make that decision is beyond me. The maximum amount of time that a decision like this should be made is a couple hours, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah.
A couple hours after the final whistle, before all the celebrations in Senegal happen. I mean, the things that these fans have lived to see their team lift the Africa Cup of Nations for the first time in 4 years, for the second time in 4 years. The celebrations that came out of that, it's true emotion that came out of that.
Yeah.
And the CAF just completely wipes that.
Yeah.
Completely wipes that from the fans, from the players, from anyone representing Senegal. I mean, it's disgusting. And for me, the big problem is, yes, it was you could call it a mistake that Senegal walked off the pitch.
It was a disgrace. Yes.
Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But in that case, you can look back and rewrite history. You can take off the hand of God of Maradona. You can give Frank Lampard his goal against Germany in the 2010 World Cup.
That's a really good point.
You can the remontada, the Barcelona remontada. I don't want to bring it back to PSG, but in the middle of that game, Di Maria
right.
falls, and there's a
that's
clear
a good
penalty.
point, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Marseille's Champions League win in '93.
All right.
Their goal they scored was from a corner that shouldn't have been a corner. You
Clear.
go back and you change that.
Sure.
Another example: the 2 offside goals Ronaldo scores against Bayern in 2017.
100%.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
100%. 100% agree
There are
with you.
so many moments
Ridiculous.
in
There
history
is.
where human error, quote unquote,
Yeah.
if you want to call
No,
this
100%.
human error,
100%.
happens
Yeah.
and history is made.
Yeah.
The rest of the game was played. The 30 minutes of extra time was still played. Senegal won that
Yeah.
game fair and
Yeah.
square.
The only caveat I can say, I think you're 100% right. I think the reason they said, okay, no, we can call this back is because it wasn't a footballing matter anymore. It was them not even being on the pitch. It wasn't about the football, a linesman's decision, a refereeing choice. It wasn't footballing at all. It was just them not being on the pitch. But I think it's still ridiculous. If they wanted to call it off and give them the title immediately, they had to do it like right then and there.
That's one thing.
That's
Yeah.
the biggest thing. It's why do you wait 2 months?
Yeah.
You just lost all credibility
Yeah.
in terms of
I know.
how a tournament is supposed to be properly run.
Shout out CAF,
The people
bro.
that were joking about AFCON being a joke tournament now have so much more ammunitions into thinking that because the CAF decide to do this bullshit.
It's not ammunition. It's just facts, lad. I'm not happy about it, bro.
The tournament,
it's just facts,
The
bro.
tournament in it of itself is a fantastic tournament.
Well, of course, it's international football.
it's
of
a
course.
great tournament.
But the African Federation that
Have-
controls the footballing
have
decisions
made
is terrible.
themselves look like fools, man.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
I hate how this validates the stupid takes that it's not a proper tournament. And I'm not talking about you specifically, but we don't have to name names here. But like to not even put it on the same level of like a Copa America or a Euros because the budget's a little bit smaller and you don't pay it as much attention to it and it happens in January. Like I think a lot of the opinions about AFCON, I think there's 2 separate arguments you can make. The football is sure, maybe not as much of a high product as like the Euros. Of course it is. The talent pool is not going to be the same. It's still as entertaining as a product. And then there's the other conversation you could have about the organization of it. And people always, this happens every 2 years where they will not watch a second of the football but then talk shit on AFCON. And every time there's a silly story about some referee not giving enough time, or when there was, I don't know, some sort of child on the pitch, or whatever the stupid situation might be, it was always, oh, look at this stupid tournament in this stupid place with these, like belittling the tournament in some way. And again, I'm not talking specifically about the man to my left. But I just think there's something else rooted in a lot of those opinions. And I'm not going to make a kind of like statement here because I can't speak on what people were thinking, sure. But I hate that this validates that. I hate that it does.
It's an incompetent decision.
Because this goes way beyond not adding 5 minutes at the end of the game. This validates that. This is unprecedented in football, in sport. When have we ever seen something like this? The Senegal players made a historic comeback, put on one of the greatest football games that we have ever watched. That is a core memory that I have entrenched in me. Senegal went back, heroes, did the bus tour, the whole country rallying behind them, everybody celebrating Sadio Mane being the leader, being the hero, being the legend that he is. Now having 2 AFCONs.
Like, that's the thing. And now you look at player legacies. People were talking about Mane as a top 3 African player of all time. Now, because he doesn't
Like
have
what?
a second AFCON, does it not like...
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You're telling me the Moroccan players are truly happy that they, quote-unquote, won AFCON? You think... Like, history will not remember this as a Morocco win, I think. And I think that's a good thing. Like, it's embarrassing. Like, Brahim Diaz technically didn't miss that penalty then. The penalty that went down in history for everything that it meant, that stupid Panenka in the 115th minute, whatever it was, he technically didn't miss it.
Yeah.
It didn't mean anything.
Is there any essence of like justice here? I'm not saying the decision was right, but is there any essence of
It depends how you look at it. I mean, I guess
I know if you're a Moroccan, then yes, you're going absolute justice.
Yeah.
I guess letter of the law says that it is justice in the end.
Yeah.
But my opinion on this doesn't change. It was a statement that needed to be made at that point.
Yeah, and can I say, you guys know my thoughts on the whole thing and what Senegal did. You know how against it I was. I still think they should have been champions. They should have changed the decision 2 months later. I'm not saying that. So I'm on your side of that thing. But
And I love what the players are coming out with. I don't know if you guys seen. They're all posting on their stories. Like, you have Moussa Niakate who said, "Come get the medals." They're come get our medals. I think Elmendia is like, how are you guys going to get our medals? Like, they're all posting on the stories, laughing faces. They're all showcasing that they actually won AFCON. They're all showing pictures from the bus parade. They're all showing their medals. I'm liking what they're doing.
But what this also does is validate the reason that Senegal walked off the pitch. Because let's recall all the events here. The tournament is in Morocco. There's a bunch of dodgy decisions leading up to that final just to begin with. There's a bunch of murmuring about the Federation clearly wants Morocco to win here. Plus a bunch of history before the Moroccan Federation itself being a little bit shady, to say the least. Then the final happens. Senegal scores a goal, which should have stood. It's been 2 months, lads. Let's look back at it. It should have stood.
Absolutely.
And then a BS penalty in the dying seconds of the final in Morocco. And now the Senegal players, thinking that they have been completely hard done by something on the border of corruption, walks off the field. And they win, in my opinion, fair and square. Senegal won that game despite Morocco and the establishment wanting them to win that game. And this verdict 2 months later only justifies that.
Yeah.
They were of the opinion that the Federation and the CAF had it against them. This gives credence to that.
It's unbelievable, man.
Which is why they walked off the field. Which, again, in my view, only makes me think it was even more justified for them to walk off.
oh my God. Okay. I think that's the dumbest take you could take away from that, to be honest.
Well, it's just two different.
You're just this is like two.
It's a two.
But why are we not going in on Chelsea for getting a transfer ban for 9 months and essentially like the last 10 years having secret payments made for their under their books that no one knew about, and like the last 11 winners or the last 11 years of Premier Leagues have been City and Chelsea, who both have serious allegations against them, but we're just letting that slide.
No, we're gonna talk about.
But no, that's my point though. Like you're getting this is the one thing that you're talking about. But
what do you mean?
You're talking about AFCON here.
We've talked extensively.
No, listen. You're talking about AFCON here, and you're just because you think that there was corruption, not technically not proven. You're allowing for more negative aspects of the game to follow and be accepted just because you think there's corruption. So one wrong leads to another wrong, which equals a right. That's what you're saying?
It's protest. It's protest.
Bro.
It's the basic concept of protest.
Okay. I honestly...
If somebody is protesting against something that you believe in, you know, you can apply it to football, you can apply it to stuff outside of it, then yeah, you're gonna say two bads does not equal a right. Of course. But it's protest. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to cause a disruption. Somebody walking off the field because they feel unjustified is in their right to do that. Because it causes disruption. It forces a conversation. The conversation that we are having right now, that the world is having right now. That's what that did.
Okay. Fair.
It's just the two sides of the argument.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew that we didn't agree on this before.
Either way, no jokes aside, or all jokes aside, the federation that controls football in Africa
CAF.
needs serious overhead changes. There needs to be a complete gutting of whoever made these decisions, and they just need to start from scratch. That's what the goal should be. Is like get rid of this whole story as fast as you can and move on from it, because there really is nothing to look good on from the African Cup of Nations of 2025.
I think they also made a stupid decision before the tournament even started. They announced that the African Cup of Nations would be every 4 years instead of every 2 years now, which fans absolutely despise. That's so it's another bad decision made.
Well, it already wasn't every 2 years though, right?
Yeah,
It was
it's every 2 years, but they announced that it would be every 4 years.
And in the summer.
And in the summer.
So what is the reasoning behind that? Is that because it will be more financially in their interest to have it in the summer outside of, interrupting a season?
Yeah, I'm sure they talk to the leagues and stuff too. I don't know.
I don't know. I imagine having it every 2 years instead of every 4 years
would be more beneficial to them.
Would be more beneficial to them, but they must have their reason. I don't know if that. I don't know.
But it wasn't well received, anyways.
Yeah, but I also feel like the fact that it was in January gave more ammunition to people that said it wasn't a legitimate tournament. So I don't know. There's two ways you can look at it. There's two ways you can look at this whole conversation.
Well, it is unfair that I know I made jokes, but it is unfair that they don't get to have a full tournament off or a full break in the tournament like they would for the Euros or the World Cup or yada yada.
Yeah.
So,
but I think we can say that yesterday was the darkest day in African football history.
Yeah,
sure,
it's up there.
And the fact that they dropped it, they thought they could just sneak this bomb underneath the conclusion of these Champions League games is just
really
so
stole the
grimy.
spotlight, eh?
So grimy. Now Senegal are taking this to the top supreme court of appeals in Switzerland, and we'll see what happens from there. I guess again, it is by the book. Yes, Senegal broke the rules. If the referee said at that moment that you abandon the game, you forfeit the game, then fair enough. You're following the rules. It's by the book. Hey, fair enough. If it happened in that moment, fair. If it happened a day later...
Imagine if the ref called it off. Oh my God.
Yeah, that would be insane.
I thought that's what was going to happen.
I mean, me too. It would have been a lose-lose because the outrage would have been crazy, but it would have been the right thing to do.
Do you think the players are going to, they're not going to want to give away their medals?
No,
give them back.
No, I don't think so.
Is there a Morocco fan in the world celebrating yesterday?
Probably.
Yeah.
Bro, what about all the bettors, bro? Whoever had money on Morocco is what if you had 100K on Morocco, bro?
True.
You can't take. Can you take that money back? There has to be contingencies around that, but I don't know what they are.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah.
There might be some sort of deadline of when things can change. I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, these sport books think of everything.
Yeah.
So you never know. Shall we actually get into the Champions League games yesterday before this bombshell stole all of the headlines? Do we want to start with today's games, yesterday's games? What were we thinking?
No, what was I feel like we'd do today's games.
Okay. Well, let's start with the 1:45 game today, which was the best game of the day.
Of course.
By far. It was Barcelona 7, Newcastle 2, Barcelona winning 8-3 on aggregates.
1 for 8.
My goodness.
1 for 8.
Hey,
As of now.
Oh, okay. I see what you're doing. Okay.
Newcastle started the game off well. It was 2-2 at halftime. It seemed like for a moment they could actually do it. Newcastle were employing a kind of man-to-man press. It was actually working out. But those legs were going. Fermin Lopez was cutting through the lines, and Newcastle just couldn't keep up. Out of halftime, I don't know what the hell Eddie Howe said to them, but Barca came out. They scored 4 goals in 15 minutes. My word.
Yeah.
My word. We kind of touched on this to start the episode, but does this say anything to you about Eddie Howe's future at Newcastle? What do they need to do to step up to the next level, you think?
I mean, I feel like he was gonna go either way. That's kind of been the trend that it's been heading.
Yeah.
But I don't think we should look at this result and be like, damn, Eddie Howe, his legacy and his credence as a manager should be put into question. I don't think we should be looking at it like that.
Well, if you asked me at halftime, I would have said, "Oh, credit to Eddie Howe.
He's
doing a great job."
Yeah, it just shows how damning a goal right before halftime can really be. Like Newcastle came back and equalized twice. The third goal was scored right before halftime, and from there you go to the dressing room and you think, "Oh my God, we're gonna have to equalize a third time." Like,
sure, that's a good point.
Like they're killing us out there, and then we saw what ensued. What was it? 5 goals, 4 goals, 15 minutes. Man.
I forgot it was 3.
I mean, but you also just look at the back line. Like you want to bring up FOTMOB ratings in one capacity? I'll bring them up now. Like the back line, no one had a higher than a 5.2, which tells me.
I think that just means they just deduct points for goals conceded.
Sure,
right?
and then look at what you saw on the pitch. On the one goal from the free kick, it was Dan Burn that was keeping everyone on side, and they tried to play a trap, and no one tracked back when the trap didn't work. There was like 2 balls that were played from the Barcelona defensive line into the midfield through ball. That's literally 2 passes, and they're already in for a breakaway. Like that's basic football that should not.
That's what happens, and that comes from the manager employing that man-to-man thing.
Yeah,
where it's Tonali supposed to be on Fermin Lopez, but Fermin Lopez just runs by, sprints by, breaks the line, receives it from the defender, one-touch pass, and boom.
Yeah.
There you go.
Fair.
And that kills the whole thing. That's why I question Eddie Howe here, because at what point do the legs get tired and you see that it's not working anymore? That is the reason it got to 7 today.
Yeah.
And couldn't stay close.
That's fair.
So, yeah, again, Fermin Lopez exceptional today. Robert Lewandowski exceptional today. Rafinha, hat-trick at the weekend. Again, exceptional today.
2 goals, 2 assists. Man, wow.
I didn't think Lamine was that good today.
Who? Lamine?
I mean,
it was a tale of 2 halves. It was no Barca player really stood out in the first half, in my opinion, bar maybe Fermin Lopez at times. But it's just because Newcastle brought so much intensity in the first half, and then the intensity seemed to have dropped off in the second half, which enabled the Barcelona players to start taking the ball, found Pedri's feet a little bit more, and Pedri started breaking the lines into Fermin, and it's really a tale of 2 halves. I don't want to say that Lewandowski was incredible throughout the entirety of his performance, because in the first half he was wearing a Newcastle shirt, in my opinion. Like he was really playing for the other team at some points.
Yeah.
Any Nick Voltemata discussions here? Doesn't even play in a decisive game after you spent however much money on him?
What a flop. But then again, once I talk about, like, when we bring up Eddie Howe, this is another point of that conversation. He's completely misused Nick Voltemata. He started the season kind of on fire.
He was on fire.
He did.
And he
looked
really
like a great
fell off.
signing. And I just think that for this game, you want to hit them on the counter. Sure, you want Gordon there as a kind of pace outlet. I understand it. It worked out in the first half. It really did. But I think over the season, Nick Voltemata hasn't really been treated well. And, he's being treated like he was brought in as some sort of project.
Yeah,
40
bro.
million from the outskirts of Europe, and you're not expecting anything from him for another couple of years. He's brought in for 90 million, boys. 90 million.
And William
for all
Osula.
that we talk about Newcastle not being able to spend that much, I mean, they're not going to be able to spend that much this summer because they're blowing their budget on players' flops like this.
Well, they're gonna sell a lot this summer. I think.
I
think. Well, they're gonna have to, but
they're going to have to. They're going to have to.
fair.
That's
Shout out Barca, man.
Yeah, man, great performance from Barca, and I'm excited to see how they can carry this kind of form into a familiar opponent in Atletico Madrid.
2 players I want to talk about quickly. What are the chances of a Rafinha Ballon d'Or
This year?
17 goals, 5 assists in 30 games this season. Probably has a not too bad chance at the World Cup with Brazil.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of dominoes have to fall the right way.
For sure. I think for any players, a lot of dominoes have to fall the right way. Yeah. It's hard because he's been injured for the bigger part of the first half of the season. However, we all know that the most important factor in Ballon d'Or voting is the World Cup, which happens in the second half of the season. And the second half of the season
really just from January onwards.
It's really just from January onwards, to be honest. So I mean, it's just whether or not he changed these kinds of games in the tail end of the season when it really matters. I mean,
exactly.
Dembele wasn't really getting any Ballon d'Or shouts before March. Even Lamine Yamal wasn't really getting any Ballon d'Or shouts before the first leg of the Inter tie.
True.
Yeah.
Like
The conversation doesn't really almost count until you get to like February, March time.
Yeah.
When things start heating up, the big games start coming, and you really start seeing the greats separate themselves from the goods.
But if he has the right amount of hunger in him, being hard done by in his words for getting 5th in the Ballon d'Or rankings last year, then the bounce back should be nice.
He's coming back 10 times stronger.
10 times stronger, and actually 10 times stronger this time, not like
not an absolute
his brother
flop.
in Real Madrid.
Yikers. Did you see the tifo that Man City put out for?
Was that not
Vinny?
last year?
I believe it was this year.
No, I think
it was
last
last
year,
year,
actually.
Was it?
And so Vinny's celebration, which we'll get into, I'm sure. I mean, I don't mind it.
I'm not saying I mind it.
It's very on brand for Vinny, bro.
It's
He's
on
a
brand.
petulant,
It's on brand for Vinny.
asshole, but it
That's
works for
crazy.
him, bro.
It's the shush. It's the ears.
He's a petulant, bro, but it works for him. He's fantastic. We talked about it in this game. Can we go to Real Madrid because we're talking about it now?
You wanna go to-
We may.
Might as
What
well.
was, you said you had a second Barca question, no?
I just wanted to say real quick, Lewis Hall. We will not forget this performance. We will not forget these performances over 2 legs.
Especially the first leg.
I have not seen a player lock up Lamine Yamal like that since Nuno Mendes in the Nations League.
That was fun.
And that was that
Shout
was a
out, bro.
performance that is going to stick with me for a while. Lewis Hall, it was on the ball as well, really showing out. I mean, every single time I watch Lewis Hall, I think to myself, why would Chelsea sell this guy? Because let's not forget, he was one of their most hyped up prospects coming out of Cobham for years, but they just had such an affinity with selling their youth players, and now he's balling out for Newcastle. And in my opinion, I think he should be starting for England.
Whoa, right away. Who else do they have at the left
It's
back
Nico
position?
O'Reilly or him.
Is it?
Or Luke Shaw. Don't count it out. No. better
Look at
off
this
Luke
guy
Shaw.
turning around. You got to make some noise so the camera picks it up.
Oh my goodness. Oh my.
Hopefully, I can put. I'll try and remember to put it in the edit.
For any audio listeners, Blake has a Miles Lewis Skelly shirt on, and he turned around as we're talking about
49.
English left
That's
backs.
borderline like retro at this point.
Retro.
It's like where did
This
he
time
go?
last year, we were talking about Golden Boy conversations.
I
with this
know.
guy,
We
no?
were talking about like
He's so brave. He's the.
he has the mentality of God.
All right. I don't like where this pod is going so far.
Well, no, Blake,
I'm not gonna like it. I don't like
'cause
where it's going, but it's
I was
fine.
actually scrolling on
sit here,
Instagram
it's
the other day, and a clip of you was posted comparing Max Dowman to Messi.
Oh,
Yeah, totally didn't get pulled into that one. I literally said he wasn't Messi.
in terms of play style, I
I also have not even been the only one who compared it to Messi. Like John Terry compared him to Messi.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
But,
fair.
you know.
Fair. You want to go Madrid?
sure we can go Madrid. Absolutely embarrassing Man City. All this talk about remontada this, remontada that. I out of the English teams that required one this week, I would have never thought that Tottenham gave it the best go.
2 for 8. And that was one that no one thought would come. 2 for 8.
Man City, Real Madrid. City looked better in the game, maybe to start dominating the proceeding of things. Sometimes even when they were on 10 men, but Bernardo Silva threw everything away. And
Yeah, it's a
Real
shame.
Madrid looked the better team, generated more chances.
Pardon me?
It's a shame for City
Okay.
because they
Good
did-
correction.
Sorry, yeah, my bad.
Thank you.
They did look like the better team when they were 11v11. Bernardo Silva seems to have really just thrown everything away.
Yep.
Yeah.
Captain, by the way.
And you've even said he's been like their best player
He's
besides
been-
Cherky for a while.
Besides Cherki, of
Yeah.
course. When Cherki's on the pitch, he is the best player.
And he proved that
on
again
team.
today. He proved it again.
And
or
this
yesterday.
proved why
He
he should be starting.
Yeah.
But no, Bernardo Silva always was that consistent starter for City. It's known around the City squad. I think it's known around the football world that Pep is Bernardo Silva is Pep's favorite. Like even the Man City players say like,
Yep.
it's his favorite. But like he's been good. He's been consistent this season. But to do that as Manchester City captain at that time of the season, where you need to come back, or else, it's over. Off the back of the results that you just had in the last 2 weeks, it's not a good look.
I don't
for
really
a Manchester
blame
City
him for
captain.
taking the red card. Like I don't think he meant to do that.
I guess it is a
It's
reflex.
a split-second decision, and
It is a
instead of going
reflex.
like he tried to do it best as he could, but it's more of just an indictment on Manchester City as a whole. Like to even their high line got absolutely cooked once again, despite them looking better. Vinicius Jr., whether they had 11 or 10 men, could have had 7 goals in this game. Their high line got absolutely cooked, and what happened? How did they get that chance? Literally from a ball over the top. Vinny gets in their high line, whatever, they falls to him again, and he hits the net with Silva having to make a save.
I feel like their high line was more exposed here because they were throwing the kitchen sink at it from minute one.
Yeah.
So
of course,
it's very easy for a team, especially a team like Real Madrid, who are very good in counterattacks this season.
Of course,
to do that. But I don't know. I really feel like City could have done something if they were 11v11. Like they had an early chance with Cherki that was saved brilliantly by Courtois. Courtois had a few great saves. In there. Like I'm thinking to myself, the trouble that they give Real Madrid at 4-0 down with 10 men, like imagine if it was 11v11. We would have had, I don't know, I feel like Real Madrid would have had a bigger scare.
I think it would have been possible.
I'm not saying they would have came back fully.
Yeah, I
guess. There would have been a bigger scare.
They really looked much better in this game.
100%. 100%. And I was a little bit disappointed with Real Madrid's performance, I will say. Yes, you had to defend a 4-goal lead. It seemed to me after the fourth goal went in and after the red card was given that Real Madrid were kind of half-assing every challenge they went into, every ball that was.
They subbed on Luna in that,
they knew it was quote unquote over. So you can't. It's really hard to read this game because of that. This performance for Real Madrid at least because of that. I'm excited to see what they do against Bayern because that's a real test.
That's crazy, bro.
But what a tie. Then again, you look at this list of injuries that Real Madrid have. I don't know if there's a team in Europe with a list of injuries like that can beat Manchester City other than Real Madrid.
Yeah. This is the thing. We've talked about this a couple of times. It's been a theme here on the pod lately. But Real Madrid almost play better when they have injuries. Yeah. Because their problem this season when they've been struggling is almost the problem of too many cooks. So it sounds counterintuitive, but when you're missing an Mbappe and a Bellingham and a Rodrigo, it's almost like, one, there's not as many egos to maybe manage. Maybe you can put the players out there with more of a tactical identity and idea. You play more as one. There's not as many players that you have to be okay with maybe not putting in the effort required. And I see more of a team when I watch Real Madrid. Maybe obviously if they had Mbappe at the end of this game, but when they're missing a couple of players, they almost look better to me. Yeah. It's almost like I'm watching more of a team when a couple of the big names aren't there.
I mean, I would have to agree with you. It's how many times this season have we said that it seems like these players don't know how to play with each other.
Yeah, and I think that's why there's also such a cycle within the Madrid fan base of like, oh, Vinny's out. They play good. We're better without Vinny. Mbappe goes out. They play better. We're better without Mbappe. Mbappe's the problem. Bellingham's the problem. Rodrigo's the problem. Vinny's the problem. Valverde's the problem. Whatever it may be. That we've had that cycle so much over the past couple of years. Yeah. And that's just because there's too many mouths to feed. Yeah. There's too many egos to manage and just too many cooks.
I agree. I think this game proved just how much Champions League experience matters in these games.
Oh, 100%.
Like we've been, or I guess the entirety of the football fan base has been shitting on Rudiger for a long, long time. Mm-hmm. I think in these games, he is crucial for them. He is like,
in what sense?
Want Rudiger in your back line in these big Champions League games because he is that character that will, have some controversial moments, have some ruffle a few feathers, but he's a leader. Like you'll go to war with him.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of Madrid fans would agree with that. Like Dean Huijsen without Rudiger in that back line, in my opinion, would look much worse.
Yes.
Would
I
look
think they
much
complement each other
worse.
very well.
They complement each other very, very well. And I like what I've seen from Dean Huijsen against Manchester City in both these legs.
Yeah. Yeah. That was kind of the point I was making reverse to City, is they don't really have that experience anymore. You lost De Bruyne. Rodri's been out for a while. He came back. Can we also talk about Rodri being a shell of himself?
He's hot and cold lately.
And it's almost I don't want to say he's lost a step. He hasn't, but
you can tell something's missing.
There's something missing, bro. But you look at their back line. You have Kushner, Nunez, Diaz, Aït-Nouri. Huh?
Kushner was very good.
Kushner was good. He's good. But I'm saying that back line has one of the staples of the Pep teams. Mm-hmm. Their midfield has okay, Rodri and Bernardo Silva. Okay, Reinders, though, that's not a Pep player that you've seen for the last 3-4 years. The front three, Cherokee and Doku, both individually great players. Those aren't the consistent guys that you know are going to give you Champions League performances. Besides Cherokee this year, week in, week out. Holland hasn't been scoring in the past month and a half.
We're gonna have to open the Holland documents.
Yeah, bro.
Like we're gonna have
100%.
We're gonna have to dissect
like,
them very soon.
Experience alone, you look at this Pep team that they have right now. It's a Pep team that's kind of in a rebuild, despite them being really good. They're going through a stage of retooling. Yeah. Compared to, I don't know, a Real Madrid team that has a lot of injuries, but like you said, they kind of click when they don't have too many people trying to do too much.
Yeah, and all this talk about City being inevitable, whether it be in the league or Man City fans talking about a remontada against Real Madrid, you look at that Champions League winning team, and how many of them played here today? It was, I'm seeing Silva, Rodri, Diaz, Holland.
Yeah.
Out of the starting 11, I believe that is it.
Yep.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
It is.
That's it.
And from the players that came on,
None.
Ake.
Did he even start the final? I don't think he did. Maybe he did. I don't know.
He might have. No.
Either way, bro. Like your John Stones hasn't been fit this year.
Yeah,
Phil
Foden's very hot.
I've talked to my Manchester City friend recently, and he literally said the loss of KDB has really changed this team.
Of course, he was the leader in that team, and he's passed that
Bro,
mantra on to Holland.
I've heard people. I remember people saying that like KDB was washed. He was getting old. His move to away from the Prem was warranted. Maybe it was, but the vague or the hole that he left has still not been filled, in my opinion.
I agree, fully agree.
It's gonna be an interesting tie between Madrid and Bayern, though.
It'll be fun, bro.
That'll be fun.
It'll be fun.
Early predictions?
What do we think is gonna happen?
It's Bayern.
I think Bayern.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I'm sticking by my guns.
And Bayern are so structured. It's crazy.
I know.
I find it difficult to imagine, and it's very early to say something like this. I find it difficult to imagine this Real Madrid team exploiting their backs, like finding balls in behind, where Mbappe is very good, where Vinny is very good in the counterattack.
But
Bayern will have more of the ball.
That's
100% sure.
That's why I think Real Madrid and I think Arsenal are susceptible to this too. Whoever scores first in that game, which seems really obvious, but that's huge. If Real Madrid score first, then they can set their game plan intact.
That's why they say the goal is the best coach.
Yeah, true.
They do say that.
I've never heard that.
You never heard that?
I've never heard that either.
Probably not
But like
that
true.
saying
I guess that
in
makes
English,
sense.
but in French,
this is so obviously like situational, but imagine Real Madrid they will be home first. Imagine they go to the Bernabeu, they score in the first 10 minutes. Okay, now Bayern have to open up. Then Vinny has more space in behind. If they win that game 2-1, 3-1, 3-2, sure, defensively they're going to be liable at the Allianz, but their ability to still play their game in the second leg because they scored an early goal, that sets their plan a course.
Yeah.
Which is easier said than done, but yeah.
Although any team, if you have to sit back against Bayern Munich, that's almost playing into their hand, and they have proven they're very, very
for
dangerous.
sure. But did you see how they attacked Man City on the counter in the past two games?
Dude, it's everything. It's everything. Oh, I mean, for Real Madrid, yes.
Real Madrid.
For Real Madrid,
Yeah.
yes.
Anyway.
I see it, but Bayern have been good in transition too. Bayern have been good in every single situation.
Yeah, Bayern are good.
Again, I don't know how to judge them because it's also a question of has the level of competition as of late, been like what they're going to face against Madrid. I can't say for certain. I know Dortmund is having a very good season as well.
You love bringing that up, lad.
Bayern.
You love bringing that up, and they're 9 points back.
Atalanta is. It's factually true. It's factually true.
They didn't make the Champions League round of 16, but having a great season though.
It's factually true. They're having their best season in the Bundesliga in a decade.
And they're still 10 points back.
I know, because Bayern has been even better.
Like points-wise.
Points-wise.
Okay.
Yes. Atalanta is obviously the only team left in Serie A. I'm not saying they're
Which,
bad or
not
anything.
anymore.
I think it was, not the toughest round of 16 opponent, but it's nothing like Real Madrid is going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. Cool.
It'll be very interesting, but again,
Seventh in Serie A, Atalanta are, by the way.
Yeah, fuck me.
Yeah.
this Bayern team is crazy.
Should we go there?
I mean,
I'm good.
To be honest,
Oh, we could just end there.
there's really not much to say about this Bayern team because I'm going to be so real with you. Why would I watch these games when more competitive games are going on? I had the goal show on, so it cuts
I was
every
disappointed.
time
I was actually disappointed
there was a
that Actually, I guess in hindsight, not really, because I was able to watch the Barca game alone. But I was disappointed that the the 1:45 p.m. game wasn't the Bayern Atalanta game because it's almost the least important one.
Yeah.
Usually they do
I
that.
almost like it when it is an important game.
Really?
I know what you mean, though.
Because I can give it my full attention.
I guess.
Hey, it's okay. Serie A's agenda pushed. That's all I need to say.
Every week.
A 3 for 8. Okay, we can move on. A 3 for 8. I hope the viewers can see where I'm going. 3 for 8 prediction-wise of who I said would go through. Hope you can see the trend that's happening here. Anyway.
What other big games are we hitting here?
Harry Kane has 46 goals in 39 games this season. 50 in 66 Champions League games.
Cool.
It's fucking unfair. Did you see his one goal where he...
Nope.
All
The curler?
You didn't see a Puskas contender, but that's fine. That's fine.
I'm sorry.
Lads, do we just not watch football on this podcast?
Bro, I told you. I literally told you
watching
today,
the
man. I
game.
told you guys. I was doing... don't even do that, bro. I was in the trenches today, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that. Anyway.
He had like 3 guys around him, and he did something that you'd expect like Neymar to do, dribbling around
Okay.
them. Hits on the half turn, bang, right foot, top left, rock.
Let me see if this is like a Cherokee Glaze situation or if he's actually being serious.
All right, watch it, please.
Turkey Glaze
Because I have nothing
situation.
else
What
to
do
say
you
about this Bayern Atalanta tie.
mean? Yeah, let's go to PSG.
We shall go to PSG now, where you
Okay.
can
Wow.
the segment.
Good goal.
Wow. What do you guys think of the PSG game?
I have more opinions about Chelsea, to be honest with you, but I can't say I'm surprised.
And how that club is run?
I mean, it's kind of a tiresome conversation because we have it every single goddamn episode, it feels like.
I'm cosplaying Liam Rosenior down 6 goals in the 85th minute.
It reminded me of
Writing notes.
it reminded me of Amorim against Grimsby.
Yeah, that's such a good. That's what I'm saying. The parallels. It's so good to have someone like him back in the Premier League, man. It's so good. It's so good for the neutrals.
Well, at least that was a competitive game. This was not a competitive scenario at all.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. It's almost like Liam Rosenior is cosplaying as a good manager. He comes out and he tries to talk big.
that's
He
the thing.
tries to instill these little niche tactics in his players, like standing around the center circle.
You
for
said
the
you
high.
liked that. You literally said last week that you liked that they did that. You said that.
Did I just say that I didn't like it? Did I just say that I didn't like it? No, I did not. But I'm just saying that these are niche little things that he's doing on the contrary of actually employing a style of play and some actual signs that you know what you're doing on the touchline. But he has none of that. I can't think of a well-accredited manager in world football being down 8-2 with 5 minutes to go and passing a note to an oncoming sub to signal tactics.
I mean, you're down 8-2, and you decide to make the brilliant decision of the triple sub of Delap, Garnacho, and Lavia. Special.
War performance from him.
What's going through the PSG defenders' heads when they see that?
Oh, they're laughing. I mean, they're on the beach.
I mean, you want to talk about Big Saf, bro?
Big Staff?
Big Saf, Onov?
Big Safonov?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, he kind of reassured me against Chelsea. I guess you could say that some of the saves he made were very routine and easy. I was kind of joking in front of my TV, like, oh, he's just training right now because it kind of seemed like Chelsea were just shooting to shoot at certain times in the game. But no, he played well. I don't know. I don't know if he's the goalkeeper that can win us. Like, you need a goalkeeper in the Champions League. Like, it is a goalkeeper tournament. You're the biggest. The best teams, the biggest teams that have won Champions Leagues have always had a very, very good goalkeeper that they can rely on when shit goes wrong.
Good point.
Last year with Donnarumma, we had that Courtois in 2023 and beyond, Keylor Navas in the triple. There's so many examples.
Edouard Mendy.
I don't know if I can see Safonov being that guy for PSG.
No, I think you could, bro. Edouard Mendy was that guy. That's my
why
point.
I said, well, he was a very good keeper at the time.
guess,
Like,
yeah.
he was making some very, very good stops. There was a mistake in him here and there, but he was making good saves in
fair.
2021. I don't know. He's very inconsistent, which kind of worries me, but he reassured me a little bit against Chelsea. The overall performance was fantastic. I mean, a football lesson, I think I want to say, for PSG. I had my doubts going into it, as always, because we know PSG's DNA in the Champions League. Although last year it kind of fixed it, but
Different team.
I was getting flashbacks of Aston Villa 3-2 before the kickoff happened.
Fair.
Forgot about that.
But man, football lesson from start to finish. The first 30 minutes it's nothing short of a masterclass. I mean, controlled every possession, every part of the game that you think you can control, you controlled. Every zone, every man mark, every player, every press, everything was perfect. It was perfect.
Down to the last minute detail.
Perfect. There you go.
Okay.
That's what I was going for.
Well, and that
I'm glad you had
bro.
that.
I got you, bro.
I'm
But
glad you had that.
bro. That's my point as well, right? In these ties, in these games, the first 20 minutes, if you can score, you can like deter the opposition's plan. Ginormous,
Especially
and you
in
guys did
games
that.
where teams need to come back.
100%.
Like
You
as
guys
soon
did
as the
that.
fourth goal goes in, or the first goal goes in. Sorry,
yeah.
Chelsea are. They're
Where's
cooked.
Where's Big Vada ranking on the winger scales?
On the winger scale?
it's pretty high right now. I'm
Bro.
gonna be honest. Like
Kvaratskhelia in big games might be the best player in the world right now. In big games.
yeah,
And I say in big games. You look at all the games where he's scored goals for PSG this season, it's against top half opposition in Ligue 1. Don't laugh. And I think against Chelsea,
yeah.
against... I don't have it in front of me, but it's all the biggest teams. It's
look
all
at
the biggest
Look
teams.
at
that have played.
look at the Chelsea tie alone, and you can just see that.
Like, and this is from a guy that was kind of on a, I don't want to say a downwards trend, but wasn't at the peak of his form coming into this tie.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason why, I tell people, there's a reason why Kvaratskhelia was benched in the first leg against Chelsea. He wasn't playing his best football, and the decision of benching him was a relatively easy one, in my opinion, for Luis Enrique in the first leg. But in big games, man, this guy is so damn good. Champions League final against Chelsea this year, in the group stages and in the biggest games. Like, he's just someone that you can rely on and you know will do good for your team in the big games.
Fairs.
How do you see the Liverpool tie going?
Selfishly, if I was a Liverpool fan, I would be very scared. Like, this Chelsea tie has swayed me into thinking that we can do the double. Swayed me into thinking that we can beat Bayern in 2 legs. Swayed me into thinking that we can beat an Arsenal or a Barcelona in the final on a one-off game. Like, this is the juggernaut PSG that we ended last season with.
Fair.
It is.
And I think a lot of people can agree with that.
I don't want to play you. I'll tell you that for sure.
I'm sure a lot of teams don't want to play us right now.
4 for 8, by the way.
4 for 8.
4 for 8.
I don't know if the Champions League predictions were that hard to make this season.
So why didn't you get it wrong?
It's
I
literally-
knew,
it's
you
Real
were
Madrid.
going to rebuttal with that. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
You took one underdog.
One
out of
underdog.
8.
Okay, and I bro, we're not moving the goalpost because I got it right.
And the underdog is Real Madrid. By the way.
Oh. Did we not look at the betting slips and say that City were favored? Oh, we did. That was what was happening. Don't move the goalpost because y'all didn't get it right, all right?
City we're the favorites, yes. You
That's
took
what I mean.
one underdog.
That's exactly what I mean.
You took one underdog,
We're
yes.
just, don't move the goalpost, bro. Don't move the goalpost.
I'm just saying, it wasn't all that difficult.
So if it wasn't all that difficult, why
Last
did you
year-
overthink it and fuck it up?
I mean,
Because you did.
Last year you had PSG beating Liverpool. That was an upset. You had
You had that?
no, I mean
means
like
in general.
in general.
Oh, okay. In terms
Let me
of
go
upsets.
back and say,
Bro,
you guys.
This
I will.
this
My
is,
point
guys,
will be made.
This I know. Blake agenda comes from me being like a petulant asshole as well, which is why I keep doing the 4 for 8. I get it.
Yep, it's unbearable.
But let's just realize that like you can't fault me for being right.
Yeah,
You can't.
Last year was pretty easy as well.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah,
Let's
last
move
year,
on.
I mean, the only upset was PSG Liverpool.
Yeah. Let's move on.
You had Inter beating Feyenoord. I guess Bayer Leverkusen Bayern was kind of hard because Bayer Leverkusen.
Some
were on
people took Bayer Leverkusen.
You took Bayern. I remember that.
I took Bayern.
I didn't.
I
Yep.
didn't.
Anyway.
No, I did.
Well, let's move on to the next game and see if my trend continues. Let's do it.
All right, how about you lead it then?
Which game? My game?
Sure.
Oh!
You take it wherever you want.
Let's take it to Arsenal, man. Right after the PSG tie, we'll go to the other host favorite team.
Okay, cool. What do you think?
Why are you salty, bro? Like there's some salt in here.
Wow,
What-
real tough one against Leverkusen, and now you're really challenging yourself against Sporting. Please,
Okay.
give me the preview.
First of all, we won the Champions League group stage. Therefore, technically, we should get the best draw.
Liverpool won last year. They got us.
And technically, they should have got the best draw. However, you guys pulled it out of your hat. Like I don't know, what am I supposed to say?
No, it's an
But
argument.
this game alone, really, really good. Really good from the perspective where it wasn't like the normal Arsenal tie where you're scared that they might sit back and like be very pragmatic, get one goal and park the bus. Yeah, we got the goal in the first half, a beautiful strike from Eze. However, what did end up happening was we kind of kept pushing. We stayed solid defensively. And then when we needed to score the second goal, we had like one of our best players in Declan Rice, boss the midfield and score a banger. So I don't know. Like I feel pretty good about it. It wasn't like a scary, hard watch. It was a very easy watch. Very professional performance. I have no negative notes, really. Like, I thought we played really, really well from start to finish.
Fair enough.
I would agree.
Right?
That Eze goal is beautiful, man.
Baller.
God.
That's good, bro.
Baller.
That was good.
Like, I was seeing people talking about how it might be Arsenal's best goal in a Champions League ever. I don't have the entire goal catalog in front of me, but it's up there. It's up there, in my opinion.
Cool.
Can't think of
That
many.
turn and finish on the half volley. On
Good.
the half volley?
Oh, yeah.
Or on the volley?
No, I think half.
Half volley.
I think half.
Yeah, man, beautiful. Top bins, rocket.
He's probably the best like striker of the ball in the team. Or best finisher. Bar Gyökeres, maybe.
That's a baller.
He's a baller.
Inconsistent baller,
He's a baller, yeah.
but he's a baller
But yeah,
On his day.
I'm excited.
on his day.
Talk
Quickly,
to me about on his day.
any predictions for Sunday?
I mean, I have to take you guys right now, just in terms of dynamics.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, this could be the last ever episode we do before Blake has won a
And I love what you're
since
doing.
this pod has
and I
started.
love this jinx that's happening. I love it.
But see,
It's not meant to be a jinx. It's not meant to be a jinx.
if we lose, I'll be upset. But if this is the one thing we lose to have to win everything else, win the Prem, we could lose this and win the Prem and win nothing else, and I'll still be happy. Like at this point.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you are going to win the Prem.
maybe.
So,
5 for 8. Okay, moving on.
all right. Let's go Liverpool and Tottenham very, very quickly.
6 for 8. 7 for 8.
And the last one was Bodo Sporting.
8 for 8, bro. 8 for 8. What a performance. Wow. Legendary shit, man.
We're not going to touch on Sporting that much, but great
remontada.
Shout out Sporting.
Shout out to them.
That's hard.
Not shout out Martin Tyler for having a terrible performance on
I
comms.
was actually about to say that. He's an awful commentator
Yeah,
nowadays.
he's
Martin Tyler is
Like, let's talk about Martin Tyler.
yeah.
the football's left him. The commentary.
The commentary has left him. He might have to call it rap soon.
I mean, I'm sure he's very old as well, though.
I know. He's a legend.
He's doing it for the bag. It's like Al Michaels in football, if you guys watch football. Al Michaels, who is like fucking 80 years old, he's the one that was commentating the Miracle on Ice.
okay.
He made that call.
Wow, that's
And
crazy.
he's commentating today. He's dead. I mean, sorry. He's
No,
not
but I
dead.
mean,
he's
like-
not dead.
Yeah, but
His commentary is
Yes.
dead.
yeah, no, I agree.
Yes. Martin Tyler was born in 1945.
Fuck it out.
Legend of the game.
Legend of the game. Absolutely.
However, legends
81?
need to retire every now and again.
81?
80.
80.
Turning 80.
Birthday
80.
in
Couple
Sep.
months.
In Sep.
Yeah.
Temp. Okay.
Yeah. Anyone born when Winston Churchill was UK Prime Minister probably shouldn't be working anymore.
Is
It's a fact.
Is that right?
It's a fact.
Yeah.
Especially when, you need to use your cognitive function and
Alright.
everything to entertain us. He's a legend, though. He's a legend.
He is a legend.
How did you know that he was prime minister during that time?
It's basic history, isn't it?
Like
I'm
World War II.
Wow.
England in World War II.
I don't like. I don't know. Like I'm not.
Come on.
Anyway.
Come on. I love to take credit for that, but that's
Okay.
Simple.
Liverpool.
war knowledge.
Quickly.
Yeah, Liverpool
All right.
quick.
All right. And then Liverpool came back, pulled off the remontada, if you can even call it that.
You can't call it
No,
that.
it's not
Come
a
I
on.
mean,
Remontada.
remontada translates to comeback. This was technically a comeback, so you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gala survived somewhat surviving until the second half. Sobo made it 1-0 to Liverpool right before, but
I don't want to be a negative Nancy on
Okay.
this podcast.
Okay.
I really don't. I'm
Okay.
all about the positive vibes. You guys know this. I rarely shit on players.
Okay.
Mohamed Salah in
Yeah.
the first half. Barring his goal, what do
I
we
was
think?
gonna say
What do we
just-
think?
Martin Tyler-esque, some might say.
I thought Salah had I thought Salah had a really bad performance today.
Yeah.
Really bad performance. And the single goal is not going to sway me from
Bro, he kind of had a solid performance.
We can appreciate the career. We can appreciate the accomplishments. We can appreciate the player that he was
Yep.
last year and years prior to that.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up.
But Salah would do this all the time, have shitty
No,
performances.
let's wrap it up though.
No.
Like
but can you hear me out? Hear me out. He would do this and like then score and assist 2 goals. But he's not doing the scoring and assisting 2 goals. He just did it in this
and
game.
that's why it's time to wrap
Yeah.
it up.
This would
Like,
happen
it's-
sometimes in like a sea of good performances. There was one like this, but this was never just the norm.
Yeah.
It's now the norm.
Like in these performances that you talk about, he would be very
Lively.
how do I say this? He'd be proactive for his team. Like he would assist, he would play
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
he would
yeah,
find good passes. Trivella here and there. I know we all remember it.
Trivels, bro.
But man, oh my god.
Salah should have left in January.
He should have.
I said this.
Should have left in Jan, lad.
Should have left in Jan. He hit the bar as well right after he scored. It just overall wasn't a great performance by him. I'm sure he won't care because Liverpool came out 4-0 winners. Liverpool had much deserved win. Much deserved win.
Yeah, they deserved
their best performance in a while, I have to say. Especially coming off the bad weekend they had, you would have thought that maybe it was possible that Gala survives, even without fans in the away end. But it was not to be. And it looked like Liverpool's game from like minute one, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Shout out Hugo Ekitike's celebration.
So cringe.
I didn't like it.
I'm so cringe.
I didn't like it.
Is that not the FIFA celebration?
I don't know.
I think it is.
I think it was.
I think it's something to do with anime, if I had to guess.
Probably.
You lost me. You lost me. And you're calling it cold?
It's cold. It's nice. The pictures were cold.
Because he likes like a TK.
He's cold, bro. He's cold.
bro. Okay.
He's cool.
He's all right.
He seemed
He played well today.
He did.
His second half was better than
Yeah,
Spurs, but he
yeah.
played well.
Yeah.
all right. Tottenham Atleti. I was going to say Spurs look better today. Last two performances for Spurs have looked Premier League level.
Yeah.
Let me just say, this sounds like a crazy stat at the moment, but in the two legs that all Premier League teams played in this Champions League round of 16, the teams who have scored the most goals is Tottenham.
Shut up, bro.
True. True.
Credit where credit's due, bro.
Credit where credit is due.
Matisse Tell looked good.
Credit where credit is due. I
don't know.
want to say a little something about Julian Alvarez.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Julian Alvarez. I am lost for words. No, genuinely.
Proceeds to say words.
I like Antoine.
Sorry.
I like Antoine
You
today.
definitely pull one of those two in the history of this podcast, too. I'm lost for words.
Yeah,
Proceeds to explain.
I don't know if I've ever said lost for words though.
Yeah, I don't think you have. That
Like,
seems very
Maybe I'm
off-brand for
running
you.
out of words, but
Yeah.
Just, oh my God. Never in my life would I think that we would find a rightful heir at Atletico Madrid over Antoine Griezmann. A rightful heir to the throne at Atletico Madrid. Never, I would have never told you that they would have found that. Never. Because that's like a needle in the haystack that you never find twice in a row. You never get lucky like that. Never. But Atleti have. They have. Julian Alvarez is one of the best strikers in the world. And with how certain people are playing right now, he might just be number one.
I've said this last year. I don't know
Julian
if you guys
Alvarez
remember.
might be the best striker in the world right now. It's everything. Obviously, he has a wicked finish. Look at the goal that he scored today. But it's the chance creation. It's the dribbling. He tore Van de Ven a new one. Did the same thing to, I think it was it Jet Spence, I believe, and then he almost scored a beautiful wonder goal, solo goal himself. Like, it's everything with him. It's everything you want out of a striker. He's obviously played him like a more of a 10 as well. He can just do fucking everything.
I know, it's crazy. He's a Swiss Army knife. Like, it's insane. He can play in the 10, he can play in the 9, he can play a little deeper. I'm sure he could.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, if you're looking at, and I don't want to get too ahead of myself because it is very early, but at the end of his career, you'll look at top Argentinian number 9s, and he'll be right up there.
Mhm.
He will be right up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it continues.
Like, he's, like you said, he's a needle in the haystack.
He's not.
kind of
I don't
player.
think he's beating Sergio though.
Atleti bought him for
What?
95 million euros. And I think it's very rare in this day and age that a transfer fee like that actually ends up paying off. But this is one of those situations where it's paid off. He is worth his weight. He'd be worth double that now.
And you look at all the other teams spending stupid money on strikers, like Newcastle with Voltamata. We talked about it. That Voltamata was the same price as Alvarez.
Yeah.
Ay.
The same price.
Yeah, I agree.
Like,
I can't wait to watch that description of him again on TikTok in a couple hours.
it won't be tonight.
No, but
Yeah.
W clip.
Like
It's a yearly scheduled
But
clip.
like I'm saying W clip because he deserves it, bro. Like remember when we, I don't know. You guys know me. I would have to make it about Arsenal, but like he's been a player since he wanted to leave Atleti last year, which he never did. But remember those links where he's like he wants out, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, there was rumors.
Yeah, absolutely. Whether it's a left, whether it's a 10, whether it's striker, bro, he's disgustingly good.
Yeah.
do you think he stays at Atleti or do you
I don't know.
think
It's
of-
hard.
Nah,
I think
he's-
Atleti have a real team now. Like, I think they can really, really, really challenge for La Liga next year.
I
for
just-
the Champions League. Even this year, I think they can challenge
How
for the
how
Champions League.
consistent of a winning formula can you expect from Atletico
Exactly.
Madrid?
Like,
that's like the only thing.
How can Simeone sell you
That's exactly right.
like the project?
Yeah.
It's gonna be the same as it always is. Like
he's
they've actually looked a lot more fun this season.
In the
from
second
what
half
I've
of the
seen.
season.
Yeah.
100%.
Like at the beginning, yeah. But like, I don't know, man. We'll see.
Yeah.
I can see a Barca swooping in.
Yeah, I think that's the
somehow.
most likely destination for him if he does go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they
Or
need to fill
PSG.
that position as well.
No.
Not with Dembele.
Yeah.
But you want him at Arsenal.
I do.
Like, guys, you have enough. Let's relax.
Well,
both of you.
We have enough.
Both of you settle
I have
down.
enough.
No,
I don't know
we
about-
need a left.
yeah,
We need someone.
You need a striker.
A left. Also, why would you buy Alvarez as a left winger?
Because he can play both.
You need a
God,
Gyökeres
bro, that's
replacement.
Such a waste.
Bro, Yuck is good, bro.
right, let's
What a performance. What a performance this week.
All right, congratulations to Blake for going 8-8 on UCL round of 16 predictions.
Well done.
Thank you. Thank you. It feels good, guys. It feels good.
Also, shout out to your AFCON take. Maybe I didn't say it enough earlier in the episode, but you did say before that it's a little bit of a farce, and sure, at least I think we have to
Thank you.
tip our cap to that.
Letter of the law says it's a farce. Go ahead.
Letter of the law.
Oh, letters a lot. We're going back to those conversations, eh?
But the law is what we're talking about here. The law is the farce.
Right.
So
Thank you. I appreciate it.
okay, ladies and gentlemen, this has been yet another episode of the 6 Yard Box podcast. We appreciate you for sticking around for this Champions League roundup. This has been myself, Julian. It has been Blake. It has been European champion Antoine, and we will see you all very soon.
We out.
Goodbye.
See ya.